Right now, a former president for the village of McFarland is facing charges for sexually assaulting a child. What the criminal complaint says the victim told investigators. Plus, 2 people are dead after a plane crashes in Watertown. What investigators are saying at this time. And the U.S. Attorney General makes his first public remarks after that historic court hearing in Miami. What former President Trump is telling his supporters about the case. That's all coming up right now at 10. A former Village of McFarland president is charged with sexually assaulting a child. 74-year-old Bradley Zaboter is charged with 1 count of first-degree child sexual assault of a person under the age of 13. Braden Ross has the details from McFarland.
According to the criminal complaint, the victim, a 5-year-old girl, told her mom multiple times that Zaboter touched her inappropriately. She thinks that abuse happened at least 6 or 7 times. The victim told investigators Zaboter asked her if she, quote, wanted to see a cool trick on TikTok, and when she agreed, he touched her and himself inappropriately. She said Zaboter called the abuse a magic trick and told her he would go to jail if she told anyone. The complaint alleges the abuse happened between 2021 and 2022. Zaboter served as the Village of McFarland president for nearly a decade, beginning in 2012, until he decided not to run again in 2021, saying it was time to move on. He won re-election for the 4th time in 2019 by just 2 votes. McFarland Deputy Village Administrator Cassandra Swettinger confirmed village government learned of the charges yesterday, adding, quote, Mr. Zaboter's term as village president ended in April 2021, and he has not served in any official capacity since that time. The Dane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the assault and declined to comment, citing the ongoing investigation. Zaboter is expected to be in court on July 13th. In McFarland, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
We're learning new information about the Monroe School District staff member charged with child sexual assault. According to court records, a 6-year-old victim told authorities that Andrew Swanston had sexually assaulted her while she was sleeping in a tent earlier this month. At first, Swanston denied the accusations, but later said he was in the tent, but didn't remember what happened because he had too much to drink. Court officials set a cash and signature bond of $50,000 for 2 felony charges. A Verona area school district staff member is on unpaid leave after allegedly hitting a high school student during an altercation. While the district didn't name the employee, court records filed against Corey Saffold confirmed he was the staff member. Saffold served as the district's Director of Security and Crisis Management. The 44-year-old faces a single count of child abuse intentionally causing harm. He has not been actively working for the district since the May 18th incident. The National Transportation Safety Board and local authorities are investigating after a plane crashed in a Watertown park this morning, killing 2 people. Police say the plane had taken off from the city's airport several miles away. Calls of the crash came in around 9 a.m. near Brant Quirk Park on the city's northwest side. One witness who lives near the park described what he heard.
I was just sitting at the desk working, and the kids were playing around, and me and my son all of a sudden we're sitting there, and we hear just a loud kind of boom and a shake, in the house.
The NTSB says the plane type was a Mooney M-20R aircraft, which can carry up to 4 people. According to police, the crash caused small fires in the area, which firefighters were able to quickly extinguish. Officials are searching for a missing 46-year-old man who was last believed to be near Tenney Park in Madison this afternoon. Cody McCartney was last seen around 2:45 in the 1300 block of Sherman Avenue. McCartney was last seen wearing a baseball cap, sunglasses, a t-shirt, khaki shorts, and deck shoes. Anyone who sees him is urged to call 911. Madison police are also searching for a missing 17-year-old girl who hasn't been seen since yesterday morning. Moisio Chavaria was last seen around 9:30 a.m. when she walked away from her home in the 8300 block of Flagstone Drive on Madison's far west side. Police did not say whether she may be with anyone or where she could be heading. She was last seen, though, wearing a green summer jacket and pajama pants. Anyone with information is also asked to call Madison police. Well, a warm and hazy kind of day. Let's check the first warn forecast now with Julian Seawright.
That's right, and we're going to be looking at another day of hazy conditions for us here heading into tomorrow throughout much of our early Thursday morning and until noon. We have air quality advisories in effect for virtually all of Wisconsin except for areas just closer to Lake Michigan. Now, we're going to be watching closely just how long we can see the wildfire smoke to stick around for us here in southern Wisconsin. But just notes, folks, if you are within the sensitive groups that may have any kind of breathing issues, limit your outdoor activities, especially exposure early into our Thursday morning, especially for our afternoon as well. As we get into our Thursday nights, we are expecting for that haze to start to clear up just a bit, but will still linger and could even go into our Friday as well. Our current temperatures right now here in Madison is 71 degrees and 68 in Janesville with 74 for Platteville. So quite a mild end to our evening, and around Dane County, the lower 70s have taken hold for us as we're getting into the rest of tonight. Now, we're looking for temperatures to really fall maybe into around the lower 60s, but we're expecting, again, that last 24 hours, things have been quite on the mild side for us here in southern Wisconsin. So looking ahead, this is what we're going to be expecting for tonight. Cloud cover is going to stick around, but be back and forth throughout much of the night. Temperatures fall to the lower 60s. We're going to be seeing tomorrow not be nearly as warm, but still rather mild for us here in Madison. So we're holding into the upper 70s for our high, 80 degrees for Janesville, and about 82 degrees for Platteville. But we're looking for another day of sunshine and dry conditions. We might have an opportunity to see some showers to kind of break this dry spell, but we're not looking for it to be very long. We'll take a look at when we can expect that in a few moments. Until then, over to you.
Search efforts for a Sauk County teen entered their third day today. 13-year-old James Yablonsky has been missing since Sunday when he reportedly left home in his family's vehicle. Crews later found that vehicle abandoned near Baraboo Bluffs. They also found the teen's cell phone and a makeshift campsite. This afternoon, the Sauk County Sheriff said they have searched more than 5,000 acres using 20 K-9 units and more than 100 officers.
The longer he's missing, the more concern there is, obviously. We're going to keep looking and hopefully find him. That's our main goal.
Officials say the terrain near the park is extremely challenging to navigate because of the dense foliage and steep hills. This afternoon, Madison leaders gave updates on a number of plans aimed at reducing crime and traffic crashes in the city. Officials said incidents of major crimes like burglaries, stolen cars, and shots fired calls are all down. Nearly 24 projects have been approved as part of the Safe Streets program this year to help reduce crashes. But even with the best plans, city leaders say it will take everyone's cooperation to make Madison safer.
It does really take an entire city to create a culture of safety. And that's what we're trying to do here, whether that's safety around mental health or transportation or just safety in our neighborhoods. And it's important that we all be engaged in that to make Madison a safer place.
There are also plans this fall to expand the CARES team that responds to mental health calls. Dane County's NAACP is calling on area employers to honor the Juneteenth holiday in a way that focuses less on statements of support and more on tangible change. They want more employers to make Juneteenth a paid holiday by either giving people the day off or allowing them to bank the paid time off. President of Dane County NAACP, Greg Jones, believes doing so makes it clear to current and prospective employees how committed a company is to building a diverse workforce.
This is an opportunity to not just bring forth words through vision statements and written words, but it's also a time to show action. So if we can put some action steps behind the words, I think what we'll have is a different image and a different perception of who that employer might be.
Local NAACP officials are also specifically highlighting the need for diversity in healthcare, calling on local providers to take the lead in recognizing Juneteenth. They pointed to large disparities in care as a primary factor. Attorney General Merrick Garland is pushing back on Republican criticism that the Justice Department case against former President Trump is politically motivated. Yesterday, Trump pleaded not guilty to 37 felony counts at a federal courthouse in Miami. Afterwards, he went after the Justice Department and Smith. Trump is accused of allegedly retaining classified documents illegally and trying to hide them from the Justice Department investigators after receiving a subpoena. He suggested outgoing presidents can take any records they want.
Under the Presidential Records Act, which is civil, not criminal, I had every right to have these documents.
According to some legal experts, the Presidential Records Act draws a distinction between personal and presidential records, requiring all official records to be turned over. If Trump wins back the White House, he promised to appoint a special prosecutor to go after President Biden and his family. The Federal Reserve is hitting the pause button on its series of interest rate increases aimed at bringing down inflation. Today's decision marked the first time the Fed has skipped a rate hike since March of last year. While inflation has come down from its peak of 9% to 4%, the Fed wants to get it to 2%. Economists say that if there's a sharp rise in inflation in the coming weeks, a rate hike could happen as early as July when the Fed holds its next meeting. A bill that would help fund local governments is heading to Governor Evers' desk after months of debate. Today, the state Senate voted in favor of a compromise plan on how to fund local governments. The state assembly also approved the bill today. Several Democrats joined many of their Republican colleagues in voting for the bill. There are a lot of moving pieces to this, including requiring Milwaukee to put a certain amount of money toward law enforcement and also raise a local sales tax. It will head to the governor's desk in just a matter of days. Coming up on News 3 Now at 10, Julian returns with a complete look at the forecast. But first, pickleball's popularity is reaching new heights here in Madison. Find out how the city is keeping up with demand.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans. I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote online today for the Del Bar for Best Supper Club, Best Steakhouse, Best Destination Restaurant, and Best Upscale Dining. Vote for the Del Bar today on MadisonMagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote online today for Don's Home Furniture and Best Furniture, Best Home Accessories, and Best Outdoor Living. Vote for Don's Home Furniture, Best of Madison at MadisonMagazine.com.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease an F-150 STX for $419 a month for 36 months, plus get $1,000 trade assist cash only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, we're having fun throwing it back.
I had a penciled in mustache like Ice Cube. I was feeling it.
And Tamara Maury Housley is here. Then we spotlight an incredible singer.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Happy Flag Day. It's a day to honor the American flag, Old Glory. The Second Continental Congress adopted the first U.S. national flag on this date in 1777. Some ways that you can celebrate Flag Day: fly your American flags high this week, and perhaps give your family and friends a little history lesson about the American flag and what it stands for. Well, according to the nonprofit Trust for Public Land, Madison is among the top 5 cities in the country for pickleball players. But why is this sport catching on, and how is the city keeping up with the demand? Arman Rahman serves up some answers.
It's no surprise that these pickleball courts on the west side are packed.
Pickleball just is going crazy nationwide.
And in Madison, it's scoring very high.
I understand that it's booming.
The city is 5th in the country in number of pickleball courts. There's about 1.6 courts for every 10,000 people.
For someone like me who enjoys paddle sports but can't run and bend my knees and make those quick changes of direction that you need in tennis, it's pretty fun.
Madison has roughly 50 public outdoor courts, dual striped for pickleball and tennis.
The blue lines are the pickleball lines. The white lines are the tennis court lines.
And the demand hasn't let up. 8 more are on the way this year, including some with portable pickleball nets.
Tennis court nets are about 2 inches too high.
While Garner Park is the only place in the city with designated pickleball courts, the Parks Division says it's actually easier to layer them on existing tennis courts, and it's a lot more affordable.
It's hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a new court. Well, I think the dual striping has really helped us meet the demand. Without that, we would be really struggling to keep our head above water.
The rules of pickleball are almost identical to tennis.
This is the dreaded kitchen, which you can't enter into if the ball is on the fly. That prevents people from just kind of standing here and volleying back and forth.
It's a little bit more manageable than tennis, I think, for moms or people who are maybe not in their peak physical condition.
So easy, literally anyone can learn. Oh, that was bad. Myself included, apparently.
He's brand new, and I bet you are too.
Yes. Thank you. But ask anyone out on the court in Madison.
Would you say you're a pro by now?
Absolutely not.
They'll say that's not the point.
Not so much about being a professional at anything as it is just having fun and trying your best.
In Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
And you can reserve courts for pickleball and read up on the rules online on the city's Parks Division website. Wisconsin's air quality continues to be affected by the wildfire smoke in Canada. Julian is back with the complete forecast.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a bit of an issue. That's at least through tomorrow. So that's one thing we're going to be watching for.
Especially those with lung issues.
Yeah, exactly.
Not good.
So definitely limit your outdoor exposure for tomorrow, folks, because the Canadian smoke's just not going to go away, but it will soon. So let's get right into the forecast of when that could be. Take a look at our weather headlines. So we're going to be expecting at least through tomorrow for some hazy skies and air quality issues, at least through our Thursday morning, looking to about our noon hour. But we at least, well, I'm saying at least a lot, but what we're going to be seeing is that going into this weekend, Friday, we might see a bit of some hazy skies, but the air quality in itself might not be as poor to issue an advisory. It's one thing to monitor over the next couple of days, but as we get into the several days ahead, it's still going to be dry, still going to be warm, and on top of it, folks, our best opportunity to see any kind of showers really going to be on Sunday, which would be for Father's Day. And that's going to be very brief and isolated if that even really starts to spur up for us. So for the rest of the forecast, for all of Wisconsin, except for our friends close to the Lake Michigan area, are under an air quality advisory until noon for Thursday. But that also could extend. It's just, once again, one of those things to monitor. So as we get into the rest of our Thursday, we are looking for those skies to not only be hazy, but start to loosen up just a bit with that smoke as we get into our late Thursday night. It could still carry into our Friday, especially with the setup that we have from those Canadian wildfires which have leaked their way into the upper Midwest. So walking into our future cast, what we have for our Thursday morning, temperatures are going to be in the middle 60s, and on top of it, some clouds once we're waking up. Around lunchtime, however, we're going to see those clouds and some of that smoke start to loosen up a bit and clear out. But our temperatures themselves will be into the lower 70s. However, areas to the south and west, Platteville's already going to be around 80 degrees once we get into the lunchtime hour. So the northerly winds will do their best to try to keep us cool, but those northerly winds are also what's bringing in the Canadian wildfire smoke for us throughout the most of our day. And even with the shift coming into our north and east, we'll well, we could potentially see once again a bit of that wildfire smoke coming into our area as we go into the rest of our Friday. Not expecting too much in terms of rainfall even heading into the weekend. If anything, might see a 1/10 of an inch for some areas, but nevertheless, we're not looking for widespread rainfall just yet, and not even in the days ahead. Planning out tomorrow, folks, again, outside of the air quality issues, we're looking for temperatures that just peak in the upper 70s. Plenty of sunshine once we get into our afternoon as well. The cloud cover is mainly going to stick around for our morning hours, but then we're looking for more widespread sun as we get into our afternoon. Temperatures will be into the lower 80s around Platteville and for Janesville. Areas to the east a bit on the cooler side. Again, because of those northeasterly winds shifting, we're going to see those temperatures into the 60s for our friends over towards Waukesha. But for around Madison, we're going to be expecting those upper 70s. Now, looking at our 7-day forecast, again, there's not a lot of rain in our forecast over the next several days, except for Sunday, which could be our one grace of hope to see any kind of shower activity. But then once we walk throughout the next couple of days, well, folks, we're going to be seeing those temperatures into the lower and middle 80s. And then on top of it, we're going to be seeing sunshine stick around for us as well.
In Lake Geneva, mail carriers need to know how to swim. That's because mail comes by boat to some 75 houses around the water's edge, with a mail jumper finishing that delivery. Jumpers need to hop off the boat onto the dock, drop off the mail in the mailbox, and then jump back onto the boat. As this is happening, that mail boat doesn't wait for the jumpers. So if they're a little slow on the delivery, then it is a cold swim back to the boat.
Don't take yourself too seriously. Like last year, like I slipped and fell on my back, missed the boat, and like it was like at the beginning. So if I would have been upset about it the entire shift, like it just would have ruined my day. Like you just can't take yourself too seriously.
Great advice. Lake Geneva is one of the few places in the U.S. where the mail comes by boat.
That should be a sport. Coming up in sports, Wisconsin's Big Ten volleyball schedule is out. The games you need to circle on your calendar, they're next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The semi-truck was behind me. I saw the impact coming.
Jose was seriously injured when he was hit by a semi-truck.
Once you call them, that's all. Your goal is to help you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Every time I needed something, they had an answer.
The local water experts at Culligan can take care of everything but the kitchen sink. Actually, we do that too. Culligan, here for every water worry.
I had a lot of bad days with gout, but that one took the wedding cake. Even with medicine, my uric acid was still too high to stop painful gout buildup. Then a gout specialist told me about Cristexa.
Cristexa is a prescription medicine for adults with gout whose symptoms are not controlled by other gout medicines.
I learned Cristexa quickly starts working to break down gout buildup.
Cristexa is an infused medicine. Serious life-threatening allergic reactions can occur while taking Cristexa. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms such as shortness of breath, trouble breathing, dizziness, itching, or swelling of the throat or tongue. Cristexa is not recommended if you have high levels of uric acid without a history of gout. Do not take Cristexa if you have a rare disorder called G6PD deficiency or favism. Before receiving Cristexa, tell your doctor if you have a history of heart problems and all the medicines you take. Cristexa may cause gout flare-ups, allergic reactions, nausea, bruising, sore throat, constipation, chest pain, and vomiting.
I received Cristexa for about 6 months. Now I'm in control, not gout.
Find a doctor who specializes in gout at goutdocnow.com.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get an Explorer and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, $1,000 low APR cash, and $1,000 retail bonus cash. See your dealer.
It was an excellent experience, and I would highly recommend them to anyone. Thank you so much. We are really pleased with our windows and cannot wait for a cooler summer and a warmer winter. Thanks a lot.
See Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Roth Cheese for Best Cheese Producer. Vote for Roth Cheese and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Scott was seriously injured and needed Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all, means that you're going to be taken care of, and you get a sense of assurance that everything's going to be okay.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
During the last 4 seasons, nobody's been better in the Big Ten than Wisconsin. The Badgers have won 4 straight conference titles, and the road for a 5th consecutive crown begins on September 22nd at Northwestern. UW unveiled their Big Ten slate for the upcoming season. Conference opener, home opener, is September 24th against Indiana. Now, the big ones you need to see live at the Fieldhouse: October 18th against Ohio State, October 29th against Minnesota, and November 24th when Nebraska comes to town. Never before has Lodi been to the state girls soccer tournament, that is until this season. The Blue Devils finally made it to Milwaukee, and thanks to a little reminder from Joe Burkholz, this group isn't just playing for each other, they're playing for her. It's been a goal for the Lodi girls soccer team for a long time.
We've been talking about trying to go to state every year. That's always your goal, is you always want to go to state.
And this season, the Blue Devils did it.
We're getting flat blue.
I feel like a lot of us didn't actually realize or think we'd ever get to that point, so it was just, I was in shock.
They're state bound for the first time in program history.
Kind of feels like a dream. Like I said, just a dream. We don't, it doesn't feel real.
Good luck. They did it by what Joe Burkholz and his coaching staff like to call playing for her.
Do it for her, do it for her, do it for her. And they really bought into it. I think it really means a lot to them.
Her.
Good run.
As in the younger versions of themselves.
We chose to play soccer as a little person, and we are continuing to work hard every single day. And playing for the younger version of ourselves is where we wanted to be today.
And the little girls watching in the stands.
I think that they are really aware of that fact. Yeah, there's younger girls that are watching, and it's really fun to see. It's really fun to be that role model for those girls that are coming up.
Because win or lose, the hers they're playing for,
take a look, you got tons of time,
are proud of what this team has become. For the 3rd straight year, Jefferson advanced to the state baseball tournament, and for the 3rd straight year, they fell to Denmark. The last 2 were in the Division II state final. This season, they met in the state semifinals. Eagles finished 24-7 on the year. Series finale between the Brewers and Twins. Like yesterday, the crew jumped up early. Brian Anderson goes yard, part of back-to-back homers for Milwaukee, but that 2-0 lead would disappear in the 3rd. Minnesota scored 4 in the frame, and the Twins hand the Brewers their 6th straight loss. 4-2 is your final. And it was a big day for legendary high school boys basketball coach Jerry Pettigrew. The former Cuba City head coach received the Hometown Hero Award from the Wisconsin State Assembly. With over 1,000 wins to his name, Pettigrew is the winningest high school basketball coach in Wisconsin. During his 52 years at Cuba City, he led the Cubans to 3 state titles. We're back after this.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
There's lots of grown-up fun in the water park capital of the world, but where? Well, where tasty drinks meet relaxing pools. That's where all the action is. Wisconsin Dells, where it's at. Plan your grown-up getaway at WISCdells.com.
Oh, baby, I have sinned. Baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby, yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Spectrum brings us Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are! Why did you switch?
With Spectrum One, we get a super fast, reliable connection.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
Switch to Spectrum One and get internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and one free line of unlimited mobile. Call 1-833-685-4999.
Danton Craftsman and Design. 30 years experience in the Madison area. Remodeling specialists. Trusted quality craftsmanship. Schedule a free consultation today. DantonCS.com.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburgers cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome to Too Good to Guess. Can you guess how much 2 pairs of Progressives, a free eye exam, and anti-glare lens upgrade will cost at Stanton Optical? Only $135? Wow, a deal so good, every customer wins. Book your eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
A mom and daughter's inseparable bond. Thursday at 6.
Finally tonight, the hottest in summer footwear is here, and it's brought to you by Crocs and Taco Bell. The brands have joined forces to bring the first ever Mellow Slides. The shoes sport Taco Bell's iconic logo. The Taco Bell Crocs will go on sale June 28th exclusively on crocs.com for $60, and it does not come with any tacos. That's disappointing.
That's overpriced.
That's and no tacos either.
No tacos, no chili cheese burrito, no nothing.
Where are they getting the money to market all this stuff?
Okay, who's buying that?
That's
sad.
Also okay. Oh, we have a buyer. We have a buyer.
Our floor crew member Breck will buy them apparently.
Okay, let's get to the weather.
Air quality issues are going to be a problem for tomorrow. Might leak into Friday as well. At least hazy skies could stick around throughout the rest of our work week, but temperatures are going to be steady into the lower 80s until we get into next week when we're back into middle. But we might see a shower on Sunday, but that seems our best spot for Father's Day.
All right. Thank you all for joining us. Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.